In the heart of Makkah, long, long ago, there lived a bright young boy named Abdullah ibn Abbas, the cousin of our beloved Prophet Muhammad. He wasn't much older than some of you are now, but oh, how curious he was. He loved to ask questions, lots and lots of them. When he didn't understand something from the Quran, he would rush to the older companions and ask, "Why did Allah say this? What does this verse mean?" He wanted to know everything about the words of Allah, and Allah was preparing his heart for something truly special. One sunny day, the Prophet ﷺ saw young Abdullah standing by his camel, holding the reins with care. The Prophet smiled, placed his blessed hand on the boy's shoulder, and made a dua, a very special prayer just for him. Allahumma faqihhu fid din, wa alimhu ta'wil. O Allah, grant him understanding of the religion and teach him the meanings of the Quran. Narrated by Al-Bukhari and Muslim. From that day on, Abdullah ibn Abbas became known as Habr al-Ummah, the scholar of the Ummah. One night, young Abdullah stayed at the home of his aunt Maymuna, the wife of the Prophet. He wanted to see how the Messenger of Allah prayed at night. He waited quietly in the dark, listening as the Prophet ﷺ rose and made wudu. Abdullah quickly made wudu too and stood beside him, a small boy, beside the greatest teacher of all time. The Prophet smiled, reached out his hand, and brought him gently to stand right beside him. That night, young Ibn Abbas prayed shoulder to shoulder with the Messenger of Allah ﷺ, and from that moment, his heart filled with light. As Ibn Abbas grew older, people came from far and wide to learn from him. He could explain every verse of the Quran, where it was revealed, why it was revealed, and what it meant for all believers. He once said, كنت أسأل رجلا عن الآية فإذا خرجت من عندي وددت أن الناس كلهم علموا مثل ما أعلم. I would ask someone about a verse, and when I left him, I wished that everyone knew what I had learned. That's how much he loved to share knowledge. When Abdullah ibn Abbas was still a young boy, he rode behind the Prophet Muhammad on a donkey. The Prophet turned to him with a gentle smile and said, "Ya ghulam, inni u'allimuka kalimat. Ihfadillah yahfaduk. Ihfadillah. تجده تجاهك إذا سألت فاسأل الله وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله واعلم أن الأمة لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك بشيء لم ينفعوك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله لك وإن اجتمعوا على أن يضروك بشيء لم يضروك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله عليك رفعت الأقلام وجفت الصحف." Rawahu Tirmidhi. O young man, I will teach you some words. Be mindful of Allah, and He will protect you. Be mindful of Allah, and you will find Him before you. If you ask, ask Allah. If you seek help from Allah. And know that if all people gathered to help you, they could not help you except with what Allah has written against you. The pens have been lifted, and the pages have dried. As years passed, Abdullah ibn Abbas grew into a wise and humble scholar. The Prophet's dua came true. He became a man of deep understanding, kindness, and light. People called him the ocean of knowledge, because his wisdom was vast, calm, and full of depth, just like the sea. So, my dear children, what can we learn from the story of Ibn Abbas, radiyallahu anhuma? That loving the Quran, asking questions, and seeking knowledge brings light to your heart. And remember the Prophet's words, من يرد الله به خيرا يفقهه في الدين. When Allah wishes good for someone, He grants them understanding of the religion. Sahih al-Bukhari. So be curious, be kind, and never stop learning because knowledge brings you closer to Allah.